All right, gotta hope this works. So we're gonna start the car up for the first time. We're gonna see how it looks. Have the mic on. We'll see if it smokes. Oh baby, you can't see it, but this thing is tough to get into. I've definitely got some COVID weight. And we'll see how it goes. Oh man. You hear me getting stuck? Call 911. Oh yeah, baby. Getting hooked on everything. So, you can't see me, I'm in the car. Ignition in. Key in. Car. Well, from this end it started right up. I have no idea if it's smoking or going crazy on the outside. Gauge panel looks good. Oil pressure is good. Fuel. All right. Well, so far the ramps are working. Hopefully the camera's catching this. If not, oh yeah. We'll see if it comes off. Yeah, it's the first time I've done this setup. Okay. It came out perfectly. Yay. All right. We'll see if we're still recording. We should be. Yep. So here's the car. It's running, obviously. And walk around. I don't really see any smoking. Understand this car's been in here for, like I said earlier, 8 months. And all I've done is disconnect the battery. Got the battery charged. We'll flip this down. Actually close the... Oh, it works. All right. Inspect the tires. They look good. Yes. All right. Car's running smoothly. No obvious faults. Came off the ramps rather well. Have to watch the video later on. Yeah. Getting cars in and out of a container is a bit of a pain in the butt. Just for those of you who've never done it before. It's a great place to store a car because animals and insects can't really get in there. No rodent damage. Body looks good. It's been covered with a thin sheet of painter's plastic for the last 8 months, which helps keep any dust or grime or water from container sweat off of the vehicle. So let's release it from my tripod. See if it'll mind. Nope. And we'll hit this. Okay, so car successfully removed after 8 months of being in the container. And let me repeat many times, it had alcohol-free fuel. It had fuel stabilizer in it. It had clean oil, new filter. And here we are. Any check engine lights? Well, it's a 95, so if it does, that'll be a bit of a turd. And mirrors are still collapsed, which is fine. And we'll keep humming along. Yeah. And the do not touch means do not touch that mirror. And you're sort of going, what? Well, what Mercedes, this was the last year they did it. They actually have an electric mirror. Don't ask me why. And you see this controlled on here. This is how you control the mirror. And these motors get broken all the time because people just reach up, treat it like a mirror, crank it down, and break it. So that's why there's all these signs that say, do not touch. Somebody will eventually break it. They're, of course, unobtainium. And it's very unusual to find a W140 that has this silly, silly Mercedes idea of an electric mirror. But, you know, they were experimenting like everybody else. There's the three-pointed star, air, land, and sea. Mercedes meant that as a way of dominating. And that's, guess what they thought they could do? Air, land, and sea. Vitals are good. Fuel, oil pressure is good. I think we'll take it down the road just a little bit. Yeah, we got it fired up. Why not? I'm on basically a road with no traffic. And we'll give it a little run. Smooth so far. A little hard to appreciate if you're not in the car. I'm going to put my seatbelt on. It doesn't have a seatbelt minder that I can tell. Oh, it does, but it's not complaining. Okay, seatbelt in. Now, one thing I never do with my cars when they have radial tires is I never overinflate the tires. I may regret that someday when suddenly I get a thumpy tire. But realize this has been in there for 8 months, and this thing is riding smooth as glass. Well, as smooth as any car from 1995 can ride with, how many miles? 66,000 miles. And we're just going to take it for a little gentle cruise. Get the oil circulating. See what's going on. There goes the City of Franklin truck. All municipal trucks seem to be orange. That's just the way they roll. So I'm happy. First car out of storage. 8 months. We will turn in my neighbor's house. They no longer live in the lower level. They went to a nursing home. And husband, who I adore, wasn't going to go with the wife because he didn't want to go to a nursing home. He missed her so much. The next day, he called his son and said, I got to go. And so he's with Janet now. And they're lovely people. But like time moves on, you get older. That's the way life is. And Tom, being a tough guy, wasn't tough when it came to the love of his life. God, how long have they been married? God, 60 years? One and done? Boy, you don't hear about that very often, do you? So it's a beautiful day. Things are green. Put the mirror out. So, yeah, mirror's out now. The other side isn't. But if you can't appreciate it, this car had normal tire pressures, was stored for 8 months, and it's running nice and smooth. And we're doing, what, 25 miles an hour? Here's the place. The cattails are starting to grow. It's always gorgeous. And we'll take it into the garage in the next couple hours. Yeah, well, good. Experiment number 1 has been a success. And we'll park it right here. That looks good. We'll roll up the window. One of the things I always do is I leave the window rolled down in cars that are in storage. And why do I do that? Well, because if for some reason there's a problem with the battery or it doesn't start, the last thing you want is the window rolled up and for somehow it got locked. Because then you are totally, totally screwed. And especially trying to work in a container. So, ignition off, key in the car. Looking good in the neighborhood. So hopefully this turns out well. God, I hope you're having a great day, and I'm glad you got to spend a little of the time with me getting this pristine W140 out of storage, seeing it start up. Presumably there's no smoke coming out of it. Once again, I just don't understand why people have to start it up every month. It makes no sense to me. I have a friend who probably has a $50, $60 million car collection. He doesn't do it. He just keeps the batteries charged. And that's it. So, Amazon's here. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. This is a 2017 Camaro SS1LE. And more explanation how it's stored. It was stored just like the W140, the Mercedes. Alcohol-free fuel. It has fuel stabilizer. The battery is being charged. You can't see it. I just hooked it up. It was covered with plastic. Nothing makes a detailer happier than knowing that the car has not had schmutz falling on it. Although, like I said, it is a shipping container. It has the advantage of being pretty much sealed tight, at least for animals and little nasties, things that love to chew wiring. So we'll just get the plastic. This is just painter's plastic. It's like 2 mil. It's nothing. No big deal. And so looking good. Got to pull the cardboard up because when you open a door in a shipping container, they like to hit the sidewalls. Not a good thing if you love the paint. Now getting into this car will be a bit of a challenge because it's really small. I'm going to actually have to take my boots off, as you can see, because they're just too stinking big. We'll move this out of the way. We'll come down, make sure the ramps look like they're in reasonably good position. They're stable. Yep. I put the plywood and OSB underneath it for the simple reason that if one of these ramps gets a little weird, all I do is I lose an inch or two. And the Camaro being a very low riding car, that's important. So I'll be back. I'm going to set up for the startup and we'll see how it does. Recording on. No shoes. And going to lower that down so it doesn't lock. Things can always go wrong when you're pulling a car out of storage. Oh, squeeze into this puppy. Power looks good. Lights are on. It's a 6-speed manual, 450 horsepower, 450 foot-pounds of torque. It's an amazing little car. I bought it used in 2018. Of course, getting in is a nightmare. All right, baby. God, I hope I put the key in here. I probably didn't, but that's life. Oh, mamma mia, did I not put the key in here? Or did I throw the key and lose it? Somebody shoot me. Where did I put the key? There it is. There's the key. Dash is lighting up. Oh, no remote detected. So, I think you're supposed to hold it. Oh, the battery in the remote is bad. Yep, battery in remote is bad. I'll be back. Yeah, great plans sometimes don't succeed. I got to put my shoes back on. But hey, you know, if this is the biggest problem I have in my life, I don't have any problems. Oh boy, I sure would love to have a place to, like a pole barn, but I don't have a pole barn. I have containers, which in the long run work just fine. Sorry you get to listen to all this noise and grunting and all this weird stuff, but normally I have Brian help me. Brian is what, in his early 20s, shorter, thinner, and much more agile than I am. He's definitely the guy I have helped me put cars in the containers because, as you can tell, or maybe you can't, there isn't enough room for someone to mistakenly put it in the wrong spot. If you put it in the wrong spot, you are screwed, Ola. All right. Key fob's dead. I'm back. I have a working key. Let's see how this works. And remember, been in here for 8 months. All it's had done is had its battery kept charged, disconnected. It was smart enough to know that I didn't have a battery in my key fob that worked. Yeah, these Camaros are small little cars, but lovely. They're fast. They're a performance C7. Start tearing apart the interior. Okay. Oh, battery. Battery's dead. Oh, battery's not dead. Hood open. Yeah, I know that.
This vehicle is equipped with OnStar high-speed 4G connection. Services are not currently active. Press the blue OnStar button to learn more.
Okay. Brake released. All right. Just slowly making our way back. Try not to run over the camera. Except for that one little glitch starting it. It says my tire monitor system needs to be worked on. I get that. Got the parking brake done. Let's see if I can actually get out of the car without dying. I've actually had Brian have to go through the trunk. It's that small in here. This is a wide car. Yep. Idling smoothly. Who says alcohol-free fuel and stabilizer doesn't do the trick? 8 months of not being started, not being run. In storage, covered with a little thin piece of plastic. The rest, as they say, is history. Oh, what a cute little bunny tail. All right. Looks good to me. The car is going to be coming out. Hopefully I'll get a good frame on it. A little hard to see in this bright sunlight, which I love. That looks lined up. That looks lined up. Got about 8 inches there. Oh yeah, baby. Come on, you can get in. Put your big fat ass in the car. All right. All right. So far, so good. Looking good. Looking good. Car sounds good. Woohoo! All right. All right. Pop out. What a gorgeous car. It really is. There's 95 and 96 of these made in 2017. It's the 50th anniversary. It's been, like I said, in storage for 8 months. And it's purring like a kitten. As usual, looks good. It's been covered with a sheet of plastic. Little thin, 2 millimeter thin piece of painter's plastic. And that's down. Okay, good. Tires look acceptable. Tire looks acceptable. Ooh, my poor little feet. Tire looks acceptable. Guess I should take this cottontail and stick it in. That's good. Tire looks good. Tire looks good. These are my storage tires. They're radials. They're Nittos. I've had them for years. They're getting kind of old. Got it out of the shipping container. So let us go for a quick ride. I suspect, if my experience has been correct, this car will run just fine. So, open, then close driver window. That's normal when you, I'll show you that. It wants the window closed. It recalibrates. Then it wants the passenger's window. And it wants the tire monitoring system checked. Vital signs look good. Car sounds awesome. Gauges look good. Yeah. Yeah, gauges look great. Going down the driveway. All right. Sorry for a little bumpy ride. It is a gravel dirt road, and that is just the way it is. Yeah. There's the W140. It's out of its captivity. Car has 12,264 miles. We look right. We look left. And we'll see how these tires do. 1,200 RPM. Looking good. Nice, gentle drive down the road. There's no reason to prove that I've made a mistake this early on in releasing the car from storage. It's June 1st, 2022. This is a more stiffly sprung car, obviously, so you see that it reacts to every single bump on the road, which just makes it so much fun. This thing is an absolute rocket. And being Krypton green, yes, it is Krypton green, and there's 95 or 96 of these in the country. And this one is, of course, in superb shape. Like all my cars, it gets babied to death. So, it's out of its storage prison. Oh, let's see. Heads-up display is working. Going into the neighbor's house. Reverse. Try not to get T-boned or hit by any of the people in the world. Oh, look at that coyote or wolf by the fire hydrant. It's lifting its leg. Oh, let me go back and see if I can get that. Yeah. Tom was that kind of guy, my neighbor. He loved this kind of stuff. Yeah, let's see if I can get the lens to focus on it. Yes. Tom loved that kind of stuff. Fire hydrant that doesn't work. A stuffed wolf or coyote. A dragon. He was quite the man. He is still quite the man. He's just older. Oh yeah. Second gear, looking good. Life goes on. Now, this will be taken into the garage. Tire pressures will be checked, fluids will be checked, everything will be checked, because there's no reason to take it out on the road now. I know it's more than capable of doing it. It was put away, ready to run. It's leaving storage, ready to run. But a prudent person after 8 months of storage goes, I think I'll do it right. There's no reason to get all excited and destroy something or have a flat or have a tire pop off of a rim. There's no reason to do it. So good. Well, thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with me. You have seen the success of 2 vehicles that have been in storage for a total of 8 months each. And life goes on. Very happy with it. So, have a good day. Have fun. I'm watering the lawn. Love you all. Bye.